So I'm a co-director at New Sanctuary Movement of Philadelphia. New Sanctuary is a faith-based immigrant justice organization, and so we organize in about 37, 38 congregations in the Philadelphia area, really working to bring people together, both different immigrant communities and allied communities, to fight for more welcoming, more inclusive, more loving city and country.
Being a pastor and being a Mennonite helps me engage in my political convictions spiritually as well.
I really like that intersect of faith and social justice. And so kind of riding that line, like right now, and thinking with our communities about how do we bring our scripture, our teachings, our rituals out into the street.
I went to a mosque recently during Ramadan, during their afternoon prayers, and I just stood outside. I wore a stole so that the people praying knew that I was just clergy, and I was there just to bear witness, and all I did was stand outside.
We had, I think, 34 congregations come together to build an altar in front of ICE as a protest against Trump's executive order that rescinded the sensitive locations memo.
And right now, MCUSA, Mennonite Church USA, the lawsuit is being currently heard right now, actually. We sued the Department of Homeland Security with like 30 other faith organizations to say that for you to come into our churches, our synagogues, our mosques, our temple is a violation of the separation of church and state and freedom of religion. My church is now doing what we call accompaniment. So we're showing up to vulnerable places just to bear witness and offer a sense of peace and protection to the people in those spaces.
A human being shouldn't have to justify why they benefit, they just are. I want my kids getting the best education, and I want my kids getting diverse education and hearing about, if you have people from different cultures and different countries, there's a richness to that.
I am a 5th grade teacher. I am an elementary teacher. I teach maths and science presently, but I'm a trained teacher to teach all subjects at the elementary level. So 2014 I started looking into it, and in 2015 I left. So I went through the process. It took me almost a year to get through, and then I came. So this year is going to be 10 years now since I'm here. It was a long process. I had to do maybe 4 interviews. You had to move from one interview to another. You had to video yourself, talk about your experiences. You had to go into the interview being able to complete certain skills. Well, it brings a wealth of knowledge because we are actually learning from each other, and we're learning about different culture. It brings a level of diversity within the classroom.
We really are working to put those teachings to love your neighbor and welcome the stranger. How do we follow that in our own lives, in our communities, and in public policy?
The hope is in the large coalition that we're forming across the whole political spectrum, across churches and faith traditions. So it is ecumenical, it is interfaith, it is cross-cultural, because a lot of people are being affected by it.
I think it's important not to stay isolated, but get connected, start organizing, get out in the street. I think it's important to remember that we are strong, we do have power, and we need to use that right now.